Hello out there, all you wonderful people. This is Andre, the Game My Dear Guy. Thank you once again for lending me your time and your ear listening into another Why You Know game discussion. In this, I'm going to be talking about Dragon Age Legendary Edition. Honestly, this is something that makes a whole heck of a lot of sense to me, and I do not see why EA would not do it, since they did the exact same thing for Mass Effect, and they are working on Mass Effect 4. It just makes a whole heck of a lot of sense to do the exact same thing for Dragon Age when they're working on Dragon Age 4. Go ahead and give you the complete lineup of Dragon Age Origins with the Awakening DLC, then Dragon Age 2 with the DLC, then Dragon Age Inquisition with the DLC, so that you have your long spanning story and game. There's no reason to not do it. And it makes feasible sense because, one, it's a good way to lead up into the next game. It's a good way to build hype. It's a good way to bring these games to a platform or platforms that haven't had them. And on top of that, it allows you to keep the story cohesive. Because the one issue that I have with Dragon Age is if you started out on the Xbox 360 or the PS3 and you swapped over to an Xbox One or a PS4 in order to play Dragon Age Inquisition after beating the first two on the other platform, you can't make events that can happen together in the game happen through their little story builder online. And that, to me, is a major issue. And I don't like that you can't do it, which is my major problem with Dragon Age as it is. So you can actually do a cohesive story that way. Now, if you started out with the 360 or the PS3 and you got to Inquisition on the 360 or PS3, then you could transfer that data from that game to the updated version of Inquisition, but you can't just transfer from 2 to the next platform. It just doesn't work. So giving this option would allow for players to be able to have their fully cohesive story the way that they wanted it to be and actually play through from their original character, the Grey Warden, to the hero, to the Inquisitor. And you should be able to do that and allow all of your data and information to transfer over. You should be able to do that. There shouldn't be any issue with that. And on top of that, they could give both Dragon Age Origins and Dragon Age 2 some much needed quality of life changes to update and bring the games up to par with Inquisition. It would just make a lot of sense to do it. So not only would you get visual upgrades, and they could do both the performance and visual modes like they did for Mass Effect Legendary Edition, and it would be a good pull. It would be a good faith thing that a lot of people would like, and it would probably draw back an audience for Dragon Age. Again, makes sense to me. It makes a lot of sense to me, and I think it would be a very smart move to take. Only thing is, I'm not EA, so I don't make the decisions for them. Because if I was EA and I made the decisions for them, this would be one of the things that I would most definitely put my time into and make sure it happened. Because it's a moneymaker. And again, they're working on Dragon Age 4 as it is, so they could have a team go ahead and work on the original 3 games, the original trilogy, and fix them up and re-release them with all of the DLC. It just makes a lot of sense, and it would be good for EA. Not saying that those games were going to like make buku bucks everywhere, but it would make a lot of sense. And if they did something that they didn't do with Mass Effect Legendary Edition as of yet, put it on the Switch, it'll probably help it even more. I don't see why they could put the Crisis series on the Switch, but they couldn't put Mass Effect on the Switch, and they have no plans for Dragon Age for the Switch. Just don't make sense to me, at least. But again, I'm not EA. I don't make their decisions. But I do think that this would be a smart one for them to make. And it'll probably make them a decent amount of money back to go ahead and release these games for the Xbox One, Xbox Series, and the PS4 and the PS5. At the very least. And also PC, obviously. I mean, Switch should also be included in that conversation, but I don't think that they would do it, is the thing. But maybe I'm wrong. I mean, they did do Crisis, so I could definitely be wrong. And I think Dead Space is supposed to be getting remade. So, maybe they'll do the same thing with Dead Space. Maybe they'll do a Dead Space trilogy, or remake of the trilogy. And then somehow fit Ignition in there. I think it's Ignition. But either way, I just think it's a good idea. So I'm going to go ahead and stop rambling. You guys can let me know what you think also. Give me any ideas or hints that you have to how you feel about it. That's all. Thank you guys very much for listening, and keep your eyes and ears out for more stuff from me. And until the next time, enjoy your games. Peace out, everybody.